I gotta fix this. Okay, got it. Um, great. I gotta mute this. Um, I don't know who's out there right now or if anybody's even awake, but I get really tired probably around 7:30, 7:15, somewhere in the 7 o'clock hour, almost every night. And of course, I'm not even going to lay down for a little quick shut eye or just kick back on the couch with Jewel or anything because you want to stay awake until bedtime. If you go to sleep too early, you're going to be up at 12 midnight or 1:30 in the morning and totally screw shit up, right? So I like to try to stay awake. It happens every freaking time though. I'll be so tired. I mean, I could go to bed at 7:30, somewhere in there. Hi, Oscar. Oh, is that who I think it is? Hi, Steve. Um, so I get really tired. I stay up. I think I'm going to go to bed at 10, but every single time it happens, every fucking time, come 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I'll wait as long as, and then I just don't get tired. I get like a second wind at 10. Oh, it's Juice. Hi, Joe. So I have this horrible insomnia problem anyway. And when I was trying to get back on track again, by at least just staying off of social media during the time that I was awake, but like I would read an article and I'd want to share it. So I would do that. I would share links or whatever, but I would not interact on social media late at night for a long time, thinking that would kick it, for good. And I would just watch movies or I'd binge watch TV shows on Netflix or whatever. It ain't working. It's not working. I'm I'm so tired now, but I'm anxious because of the whole RV thing. And, we've been looking at RVs and, well, Doug pretty much he lets me do it. He's like, you just pick out whatever, you're the one that's going to have to approve of it. So you pick it out. And then I don't know. I'm thinking maybe some people in the RV community can understand what I'm saying. I want a solid, good bones RV, not new. I don't want anything really new because they all look the same. It's like there's no character, there's no differential in the design. It's all the same. If it's got good bones and at least one good slide out for the space, and got some length to it, probably 29 foot or more. That's good if it's got a slide out. It's just me and Doug and the dog, We don't need a lot of room. If it's got the bunks, that's even better because, my boys are coming for the summer and we want them to be comfortable, have their own little bunk room. So the bunks are good. If it doesn't have bunks, we'll work it out, but I'd rather have the bunks. And I just want something maybe a little older. It saves us money. And then I can also just go in and make it my own. I can paint it. I can strip it down. I can change the cabinets. If we're getting something newer and paying what they cost, what's the point? It's already all been upgraded and done. So I just want to get something older. I've been looking at them and I just have decided that I'm not crazy about looking at the same cookie cutter RVs. All the Fleetwoods look just like all of the Heartlands, look like all of the freaking Elkwoods or whatever they're called. It's just they're all the same. And I don't want any part of that. These newer ones are the same. So I'm just anxious to get out of here, get into an RV and paint it and change it. Rearrange where the walls are if we need to. I'm just so ready. I'm so excited. I can't hardly stand it. And then figure out where we're going to park that fucker because I don't know where we're going to park it at. I really don't have a clue. We may end up having to rent an RV spot right here in this park where we're at least for a month, because we found a lot that we were going to get. It was an acre for an RV. And by the time we got out there, right, the truck campers are the same. Exactly, Joe. But by the time we got out there, it was rented. There was an RV parked out there. And I'm thinking, why isn't the man responding to my emails? Yeah, we're staying in Florida. But at least with the RV idea, like Doug, he pointed it out. He liked the idea that with the type of work he does, we can just go. He can get work any fucking where. So if we decide to bolt because it's too hot in the summer, we can do that. And because we don't have a mortgage or a humongous rent because we're paying cash for the RV, then he can work the hours he wants to work. He doesn't have to break his damn neck to pay for a home and a car and everything else that he doesn't even have the time or energy to enjoy because he's always having to work to pay for those things. It's just a big circle jerk. It's awful. I don't ever want to live that life again. We have done it for so many years and I never get to see him. He's always at work. And when he's home, he's exhausted. And we're both sick of it, If you wait until retirement age, you're too beat up and sickly and exhausted to enjoy your retirement, at least in the kind of work he does, the metal work. He doesn't work in an office. He doesn't push a pen. He doesn't want to. I mean, some people just aren't cut out for that. I could never work an office job. I'd lose my damn mind. I cannot do it. If you have a truck, a fifth wheel might work. Not sure what you guys need. We want a fifth wheel, but it's looking like it's going to be easier if we just have a travel trailer at first. We're still going to look to buy a piece of land, but I'm not seeing anything, and eventually when we get the land, we're just going to park it. We're just going to park it somewhere, Doug says he's perfectly fine. He's just as excited as me about, well, he would be. It's going to mean he doesn't have to break his neck at work, to pay for a mortgage for a home he's never home to enjoy. And, owning a home is all fine and good, but it did its job. Our kids are grown. You own a home. See, to everybody, a home is not an investment. It's an investment, not monetarily for us. It was to raise our children, and our children are raised. So it did its job. All the homes that we bought, they did their job. We don't need a home anymore. We just need an RV so we can go if we feel like it. And if we finally find a piece of land that works for us, we'll get it. But, there's a lot of for sale by owners around here, but they want too much. I mean, I'm just not trying to lock into a big fat ass payment. We're right back where we started again if we do that. And that's what we're trying to avoid. But Doug says he's fine with living in an RV as long as he has a home base. So he's excited to get some land. He wants to be able to have his building out there. Not this one like we've got here, but a real actual metal building with, or build himself a cinder block garage. It's Florida. They get a lot of storms through here. So cinder block is pretty popular for his welding machine, his generator, all his shit. Hi, Kyle. So as long as he's got a place for that where he can do welding repairs and build things on the side and do woodworking. He wants to get into woodworking again. He used to be into it, and he sold all of his stuff because he just didn't have time for it. So he just wants somewhere he can still go outside and piddle and do gardening, stuff like that. He's gardening right now. He's got some cilantro growing for me. He started some cilantro and some beautiful leafy organic lettuce, really wavy. I don't know what kind of lettuce it is, but it's dark green and it looks delicious on the seed package. So I have looked at a lot of RVs, Kyle. We went this past weekend on Sunday, we went to some RV dealers and we looked around at all of the RVs on the lot. And I looked at Doug and said, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't want anything like this. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. But like the backsplash where you think it's tile, if you touch it, it's fucking stickers. It's a big banner. It's just stuck to the wall that looks like tile. It's not. And when you're paying $70,000 for something, of course, we weren't going to get nothing like that. We just wanted to look while we were there. I mean, you would think people that are spending $70,000 on these massive fifth wheels, they would at least get some damn tile. So I just told Doug, we've looked at 5 of these things so far, and they all basically look the same. You know, they got the same material, the same lighting, the same appliance. It's just everything is the fucking same. So we asked if we could look on the back lot. They said fine. So we looked around the back lot and we found a lot more shit we liked. They were all out of our cash price range, and I told him if we can't do cash, we're not going to get it at all. And he agreed. I'm not. If I can't get it for cash, I ain't getting it. So I've been looking. We've been looking a lot. I've been looking more than him because he works all the time. But yeah, so that's where my anxiety's coming from right now. I can't stand it. It's driving me fucking crazy. I'm just so ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to live somewhere on a private lot, hopefully, where I can fence it in and my Jewel can have a yard. She wants to run. But you want to run? You want to run, Mama? Who's the good girl? I love you. God, that's the best damn dog ever. Were they display models or the real thing? Because here in Australia, when you walk in, you see fake tiles, but when you buy it, no, these were actual ones you could buy. They weren't just out there for display. They were the exact ones you would get. It's just so cheap, so fucking cheaply put together. And that's with any RV. I mean, I've looked at some of these. There's this website called autobidmaster.com. I looked on there for a few months now. Up until tonight, I'm not looking on there anymore because I checked their reviews and they get horrible reviews, terrible reviews. They misrepresent what they sell a lot. That's the main complaint. But on this autobidmaster.com, sometimes you'll see like you can get the title status of clean title, non-repairable, or salvage. So those are your options to select from for the type of title you want with the vehicle. Some people buy them and they scrap them. You know, they want the scrap weight. 1 or 2 level acers with utilities, motivated seller, live in the trailer while you build slowly what you want if you want on the land. I don't think I know. What's an acer? But anyway, I have seen a lot of rollovers. That's one of the damage things. You get a lot of damage categories too. You'll get like minor scratch and dent. You'll have normal wear and tear. You'll have burn. You'll have minor burn. You'll have exterior damage, interior damage. Another one is vandalism. Another one is rollover. Rear, front. It'll just specify where the damage is or if there's any at all. I have seen some rollovers. I've also seen some that look like they bounced off of something bigger than them. Those things crumble like matchsticks. And that's for all of them. And they'll say, oh, metal frame, this and that. The framework is metal on the roof. It's not metal on the sides. It's wood. So, I mean, I don't know if that's for all of them, but the majority of them. So you're basically riding around in a stick-built shed. Seriously, with sheet metal over it. So it looks like it's metal, doesn't mean it is. Oh, acre, I see. All right, sorry. Right. Where did you see that at? Is that something that you've seen, Joe? But what was I saying? Anyway, I've seen how these things are, and for what you pay, if I can spend $5,000 or $6,000 and get an older RV that needs work, because I'm gonna strip the fucker anyway for the most part, and redo it and re-insulate it and make it more solid. Okay, if you're gonna strip it anyway and can spend $5,000 or $6,000, why are you gonna spend $18,000 to $25,000? You're still in a stick-built box. You know, you're still in a box. But you know, I don't want to just walk into it and go, yep, we're home, and it looks like the same one right down from us in the next lot. You know, I don't want that. It's kind of like people that ride motorcycles. They don't want the cookie cutter motorcycle. That's why the Harley shop does so well about selling accessories. But then when the people buy these Harley accessories for their bikes, they think that they've made their bike unique. No, because someone else bought those same accessories for the same fucking bike that you bought. And I just ain't down with that. I want to make it mine. I bought 5 acres of raw land, put in a septic, and put a double wide on it. Oh, awesome. We had 5.5 acres a couple years back. We never used more than, I'd say about 3/4 of the acres. That's it, about 3/4. We did not use more than that. My kids went traipsing around on the land one time, and they popped out on the other side and came walking down the road and said, "Wow, we got lost." And I was like, "You probably shouldn't have gone that deep into the woods. It was really heavily treed." But they did inform me that the creek that they claimed was on the land was not there. I said, it's probably like a ravine or just a water runoff area that you see after the rain or something. I don't know. But yeah, at this point, I don't even care if we have to rent a lot, like not a lot, like an RV lot, but rent like a half an acre, because there's a lot of areas out here that you're allowed to just live in an RV on the land. So if we have to rent like a half an acre or an acre, I'm fine with that for a while, because I don't want to put my money into something until I know we want to be there as the home spot, you know. I'm just excited. I'm ready to do it. I'm so ready. Hi, Jeff. Good night, Jeff. Nothing exciting is going to happen, Jeff. It's just chitty chatty, you know. Wanted to chit chat. But I see everybody's doing the keto thing. I know Debbie Areola, my boo-boo, she is doing the keto thing. She really raves about it. I know Shay's doing it. And then I saw this evening that RV Dubs is doing it. So it's like everybody's doing the fucking keto thing. And I already know I need to go low carb or no carb, because I did that back in 2014 and it worked. So I know I've got to go low carb. And I know that's a big thing with keto, is stay off the carbs. So I've never looked at anything about it. I said I was going to several times and I just never did. What the hell? I just never looked into it, but I think I'm gonna. I really do. I think I'm gonna, because I looked at that BLT salad that Deb made, and I was like, I literally was like watery mouth. I was like, oh my God, looked so good. I'm not even fucking hungry, but because Doug made me scampi tonight, you know, not shrimp scampi because I don't eat meat, but just scampi, the sauce with the pasta, you know. He was like, "Hey, what are you having for supper?" And I said, I don't know, maybe nothing. And let's see, what worked for me, Corey, was smaller portion sizes. That's me too. I do the same thing. Yep. It's better to trick your eye, and it works. And a lot of dietitians will recommend this, is to eat off of a smaller plate, even if it's a child-sized plate. It's seriously better. And for people like me, it's better to eat smaller portions of healthier food many, many times a day. It gets your metabolism constantly going. Like, your metabolism doesn't have a chance to take a break. So that's something that I need to start doing again. I was doing that in 2014 when I started to lose weight so quickly. I was losing a pound a day. And I noticed, yes, eat slower. Now, I noticed recently that if I'm so brain farting. If I am doing something while I'm eating that requires me to stop and go do, you know, like if I'm typing or if I'm looking online for stuff, I will like to eat my dinner while I'm looking online for RVs or something. And it makes me eat slower, a lot slower. So I like doing that now. I'm like, wow, it's taken me forever to eat this taco salad. But anyway, tonight, Doug made me the scampi sauce with the noodles, and it was really good. It was really bad for me, but it was really heavy and filling. And I said, yeah, I've got to stop this. There was a lot of carbs wrapped up in that shit. I can't. I'm doing good on the sweets. I'm doing good on that. I'm doing the honey yogurt. I'll take the honey yogurt, put it over. I use frozen berries now because they keep for longer. So some frozen berries, a mixture, and banana and some frozen peaches. I cut them up in there. Like, again, they keep for longer. And then after I stir that shit all up, I drizzle my organic raw honey over top. And then I whip it up a tiny bit. I stir it up a tiny bit. And those frozen berries makes my yogurt really, really, really cold. And then when I go to bite into it, there's little chunks of honey in it. Oh my God, it's so good. So I love honey. I know you're not supposed to eat a lot of honey, but I love honey. So that's my exciting life when y'all don't see me around. I just kind of try to focus. I did play a terrible joke on my daughter today. It was hilarious. She knows that I've been going through the crying spells because of menopause. And I called her up. You see, Stellar says, when I exercise or treadmill, I feel guilty eating sweets and junk. I know, I'm the same way. Yep. Hi, Cece. But I called my daughter, Shane. She's leaving in 11 days. Well, 10 days now. She's leaving for Canada. She's moving to Canada. I don't think she's going to stay. I hope she doesn't, but she said she is. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I called her up and I said, hey, I need to talk to you. No, it wasn't about applesauce. Well, oh, no, no. But I told her, I was like, I need to talk to you. And she was like, what? What's up? And we don't talk on the phone that often. She works all the time. And I said, well, you know how I've been having these crying spells and the whole menopause thing because of my age. And, I just start crying in the middle of a store for no reason and look at Doug. And while the tears are pouring down my face, I'm laughing. And Doug shakes his head at me, And I told her, how your dad's been with me. He's done really well. And he's very supportive. I haven't killed anybody. I haven't had any like anger rages or whatever. She went, yeah. I said, well, I'm thinking, it's menopause. And she goes, yeah. And I said, well, I missed my period. And she went, Mom, what? Mom. And my mother called mental pause. That's funny. Yeah, you're right. It is. But she was like, Mom, no. What are you saying? I went, just, honey, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. She was like, okay. I said, so I missed my period. And of course I'm thinking, oh, that's menopause. That's part of the whole thing. I didn't really miss my period, but I told her this, right? So, and then she's like patiently waiting for me to finish. I said, and so me and Dad were at the Dollar Tree the other day, and right at checkout, they've got all these things you can look at, playing cards and little flashlights and little pregnancy tests for $1. I said, and I jokingly reached down and grabbed it and threw it up there on the counter when we were about to pay. And I said, your dad thought it was really stupid. And I told him, no, this is my final pregnancy test pre-menopause. Because I haven't completely gone through it yet, And she went, Mom. I said, well, and I didn't say it was positive. What I did was say, I came home, I did it, and Dad went back up and got another one. She went, oh, and I could hear her getting really excited, right? She's been begging for me to get pregnant again. And I told her, I can't. Mommy got her tubes tied 6 weeks after you were born. But anyway, and then I said, and then me and Dad went up and bought 2 more, the good ones. And she was like, Mom, what are you telling me? Mom, please. And I went, I'm fucking pregnant. She went, Mom, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, Shane, I'm pregnant. And she went, are you shitting me? Mom, you wouldn't lie to me, would you? I went, not about this. She says, Swear to God. I went, I swear to God. Well, that's easy. I'm an atheist. So I was like, yeah, I swear to God. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm 46 years old. I don't want to have a child right now. She was like, Mom, this is awesome. Oh my God. And she was so excited. She went, you swear on your life. Now, see, I couldn't do that because I believe in me. And I started laughing. And she went, you know what? I hate you. You're an awful person. She's laughing and mad at the same time. She was like, Mom, I was so excited for you. I went, excited for me? Girl, I'm 46. She goes, I don't care. You need a baby in your life right now. You would be so happy. You and Daddy would be so freaking happy. You know you would. And I was like, your dad would kill me. She was like, no, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. Y'all need a baby. I was like, shut the hell up, girl. You don't even know what you're talking about. I said, Jewel is my baby. I don't need an actual human baby. I've got my baby Jewel right here. You know, she gets all my everything, all my love and affections. Ain't that right, Jewel? Who's the goodest girl? Who is the best girl with the swirly butt fur? Who's got the swirly butt fur? I love you. Yeah. So anyway, she texted her dad and said, fuck both of you. You suck. She said, I was so excited because it was going to be a girl. I fucked with her so bad. She is so mad. She said, we got payback coming. Doug said, that was mean. You shouldn't have done that. I was like, whatever. You're smiling because that shit was funny. But she wanted me to be pregnant. She's always asked me since she was like 7. She would come in my room and go, Mom, can you make a baby for me? I went, no. I would always be like, no. She'd say, Mom, if you have a child, you can put the crib in my room and I'll take care of it. I'm like, Shane, just go to bed. You got to get up and go to school tomorrow. She's always wanted me to have a child for her. Have a baby and give it to me, Mama. I'll raise it. So, yeah, she's really weird like that. But when I ask her to give me a grandchild, she's like, nope, 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 nope. Not ready. I can't make up my mind for her, and she can't make up her mind for me, and blah, 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 blah. So that might have been a cruel joke, but I thought it was hilarious. She thought it was funny too, but she just got so excited. There's some racket down the hall. Oh, Doug's up. Okay. I would start her off with a goldfish. Yeah, she's 21, so she can do what the hell she wants now. She can do whatever she wants. She's been on her own. She moved out when she was 16. I mean, she just moved in with her boyfriend and his mama. Not, in the same town, not far. So she said I was ruining her life, like every teenager says. And I said, well, you spend all your time over there anyway, so fuck it. Oh, your dog's better. Yeah, I know your dog wasn't doing well for a while there. I'm glad. Letting her move and helping her pack and really supporting her on that idea was probably one of the best decisions I ever made as a mom. Just first off, agreeing with her because I respected that she had the maturity to actually say, Mom, I need to sit down and talk to you rather than come in and throw a childish fit, So I respected her for that. And I told her I'd help her pack her damn bags. So I did. And while we were packing up her stuff, we laughed, we cried. She was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And I'm like, I can't believe it either. But you are, and you're going to be fine. And you're going to realize that I'm not ruining your life. And it's always been perfection ever since. It was always perfection anyway. She was going through things, a teenager. But she already had her GED, so she was ready to go in the world. When I got him back from the vet, he was all drug out and so slow. Aw, yeah, it's rough when you get your dog from a vet. My dog Reefer that we just had put down in December, we had him for 15 and a half years of his lifetime, but maybe a little more than that actually. So One time I took him to the vet, and he was so vicious with everybody at the vet. He was horrific. That before, when I had to drop him off because he was getting his nuts cut out, and I went on to the bread store with my mom, and they called me up on my phone, my cell phone, and said, "Could you come back up here?" And I was like, "Yeah, is everything okay?" They went, "Yeah, we can't get Reefer out of the kennel. He's trying to bite everyone who tries to get him." I said, "Oh my God, are you shitting me?" So I went back up there. They gave me the leash. I walked up to his cage, and as soon as he saw me, he was wagging his tail. And I said, "Absolutely not. Shame on you." And he could tell by my voice and my face, I was not happy. And he kind of did that whole bow down thing really low. I opened the kennel, and I got the leash on him, and I took him into the operating room. They told me to pick him up and put him on the table. So I did. I held his face while they gave him the stuff to make him go to sleep. And I stood there and watched them start operating on my dog. And he was like, "You're going to stick around, right?" I said, "Well, how long is this going to be going on? I really don't want to watch my dog be operated on." That, you know what I'm talking about. LOL, right, right. And that was from Steve Punk. But yeah, so I stood around and watched the vet operate on Reefer. And then I went, I'm gonna go. Can y'all just, how long is it gonna be? He was like, "Oh, he'll be sedated and it'll take him a while to wake up afterwards." So he told me around what time. I said, "Well, I'm gonna go. Just call me when he's all done and I'll pick him up." Well, they called me, and it wasn't very long. It wasn't even an hour. I had not been gone that long. And they were like, "You can come get him." So I went back up there in my own car. My mom took me home. I went up there in my own car to get him. And they helped me carry him out. He was still sedated. And I was like, "Why am I bringing my dog out before he's woken up and you've checked his vitals?" And they were like, "We've checked his vitals. He's fine. We're just now bringing him out of the sedation because he's going to bite somebody." I did, Stellar. I've got Reefer's balls, and I had my cat Boomer's balls as well. But Boomer's balls we lost in the fire when we went back to get the stuff, because it was left in such shambles when those guys broke in. We couldn't find Boomer's ball container. But Reefers I actually have them here. They look like little sea urchins. So anyway, they had to give me my dog in the back seat of my car, completely out cold, crashed. And on the way home, because I lived in rural North Carolina, so on the way home by myself with nobody else in the car but the dog and me, he started coming to, and I could hear him going, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." I said, "Oh shit." And he was trying to sit up, and his head was slamming against the door. I was like, "Oh my God, baby." I leaned back and tried to rub his leg while I was trying to steer, going 55 miles an hour, down these rural roads. And finally got him home, and he was trying to climb into the front seat and got wedged between the two seats and the console. It was just terrible. It was such an awful experience for my little fat buddy. But we got him in okay. He was a mean boy, not to us, but to people outside of the home. But then with age, he got really chill. People could come over, and I said, "Just call him by name, say hi, Reefer, and let him sniff you. Don't look him in the eyes." And they would do it, and he'd be fine. Probably for the last, I guess, about 4 years now. But prior to that, fuck no. He bit me when I tried to break him up from fighting with our pit bull. It was a quick fight. It was really fast, but he bit me. And when he bit me, I grabbed him by the neck skin and smacked him on the snout. I couldn't let him dominate me. I had to remain the alpha, between the dogs and me, and the leader of their pack, pretty much. So he bit me again. In the excitement of the fight, I immediately called animal control and said, "Come get him." And it broke my heart. And I did it on a whim. I shouldn't have done it. I wished I hadn't have. That night, I wished I hadn't have. But they put him in a quarantine. They said, "You can go ahead and sign him over to us now." And I said, "No, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait." He said, "That's fine." And I had to put him in the truck for the guy. This was back in, I want to say it was 05. 06, 06. And I put him in the truck for the guy. And then I found out where they were quarantining him because, when a dog bites somebody, they got to be quarantined. And I went up there and I went to the Walmart and I bought this humongous bag of doggy, those pig ear things for dogs. Because I wasn't going to bring reefer treats and not give them to the rest of the dogs in the dog pound. You know what I'm saying? So I would go buy these massive bags of pig ears, and every single dog got pig ears. And when I got there, he had been there for a day and a half, and the guy said he has not made a peep. He has not lifted his head since we got him. Well, I've got him. I mean, I didn't leave him. I brought him home, Steve. I didn't leave him there. I didn't surrender him. I changed my mind. I'm glad I didn't sign that form. I don't think I would have anyway. I wasn't ready. But I knew that something had not gone well with him at that point. But it was just, he was overwhelmed. It was a food aggression from the other dog trying to steal everyone else's food. And I think he had all he could take with the rescue and all the animals I was trying to bring in. And he had it. He was used to being the only dog. But anyway, I got up to where he was at the very end, and I went, reefer, and he came to life. And the supervisor up there walked by and said, wow, we haven't seen him move at all since you surrendered him and we put him in here. He hasn't moved. We had to actually muzzle him with a catch pole to get him out of the truck. And I was like, wow. So the next day I went up there because they let me go into the kennel with them and pet him, and they gave me something to sit on so he could get in my lap because he was a big boy. He was a big dog. And the next day I went up there and the supervisor said, we can't get near him. We went to feed him and he won't let us feed him. So I told him to be a good boy, and everything. But he got to where he could know what time I was going to come up there. So about the fourth day, I could hear him barking before I even got to the facility. I could hear him barking. It's like he knew I'd pulled up. It was fucking weird. And I'd walk in and they'd go, yeah, looks like he knows you're here. He just started barking like mad. So I get to the door and I can see him jumping over that half brick wall, jumping, trying to see me. He's freaking out. And of course, all the dogs got pig ears. I bet you I spent $60 on fucking pig ears while he was in there. He was supposed to be quarantined for, I think it was 10 or 12 days. But I went up there on the 8th day. I know it was 2 days early before he was supposed to get out. I went up there on the 2 days prior to him getting out, and the supervisor said, you can have him. He was mad. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you're taking him now. I said, you're letting me take him home early? He went, yes, because you know what? We're sick of him. We can't go near him. We cannot clean his kennel. And I had noticed a couple of times when I went up there that they couldn't, they cleaned the kennel by spraying it out, right? And it would go on the opposite side into a runoff stream, which is a very bad idea for animal containments. They know that now. Yeah, he heard me for sure. Of course, when he died, he was completely deaf. He couldn't hear anything. That really upset me. When he died, he hadn't heard my voice in probably almost 2 years, but I hated that. I really did. But anyway, he let me take him that day. I gave all the pig ears to the rest, all the pig ears I had to all the dogs. And the second bag I left with the guy and said, here, this is for the dogs. And of course, all the dogs got a pet. I had to pet every dog every day. It took me forever when I went up there. But I couldn't leave any dog without a rub to their ear. Couldn't do it. But I brought Reefer home. They were glad to see him go 2 days before quarantine ended. And I was glad. Doug was glad because he was sick of buying pig ears for a bazillion surrendered and stray dogs. They had kitty cats up there, so I would, bring kitty cat treats in. I would just hand those right to the folks and they would distribute them. But yeah, so Reefer was a handful. He was fucking crazy, that dog. But not to us, He bit me that one day, but that was it. like I say, I think there was a whole lot more to that because I'd had him a long time and I was his alpha. That was all there was to it. So when that happened, I was kind of thrown for a loop. But that's my beefy boy. Now I got my Jewel. Yeah, Reefer was very loyal, very. He was loyal right to the damn end, to the very frickin' end. He had a really good day that final day. What? Except for the part where we spent all them hours in the fucking vet waiting for his turn. Because somebody shot a dog. The cop shot a dog or somebody shot a dog and they were operating on it. The new Australian dog laws are crap now. Oh my God, Rory, get off of me. Oh my God. Stop being fat on me. What's wrong with the Australian dog laws? Lady fell. Yeah, but I've got to find some links to some of these easy, quick fix diet meals for the keto diet. I've got to start focusing. I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow. Doug thought that we needed to get rid of all the excess in the fridge because, like, there was a lot of stuff that we just don't use, like condiments and shit. You know, you'll see a new cooking sauce or some shit like that, or a new condiment for like a homemade sub, and you buy it and you try it. You don't like it, it kind of sits in your fucking fridge. Well, we had a lot of that going on. So a couple days ago, Doug cleaned the fridge out. He just gutted that damn fridge, and then he went up to the store and he bought some more of those little plastic trays to put the food in to keep it organized. So we have like condiments in bottles, condiments in jars. We have a cheese and meat tray. We have a veggie tray, and then we have 2 veggie drawers. He's got it real organized. So he said, now when you decide what your diet's going to be like, there's room. Because I would never buy a lot of stuff because I was like, there's no room. These fridges are so small, you know, and let me see. There's a rule. If a cop is in your house and your dog is in another room and is barking, the cop can go and kill it with no holdback. Why? What? Are you sure about that? I'm going to Google. That's crazy. Where did you see this shit? That's crazy. I'll be right there, y'all. I'm reading a Twitter message. Oh, hold on. Yes, I've seen that name. All right, so let me see. Let me check this shit out right here. Let me see. Court rules it was reasonable for cop to shoot dog for barking. This was December 2016. I don't know where this is located. It's Huffington Post did the story. Doesn't say. I'm trying to see where it was located. Michigan, Battle Creek. That's crazy. That's the, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, they were at the wrong house. Yeah, they were at the wrong home and they just busted through and they shot the dogs. One of the dogs was actually a pit bull in a kennel, and locked in. The cop walked right in there and just shot the dog. I remember that. I remember being really outraged and I cried when I read the story. It was pretty damn sad. And there's audio where the police were wearing their mics for the thing, and you can hear on the audio the dog's in another room. You can tell it's off in the distance, and it's barking, barking, barking like any dog would, Okay, I'll check it out in a few. But like any dog would, they were barking, and he shot the dog that was in a kennel and not a threat, and they were at the wrong house. The guy that they were trying to find didn't live there. That wasn't where he lived. It was the brother of the man who lived there. But the guy himself was not there. He didn't live there at all. It's really fucked up, really fucked up. And just people are complaining about a police state. Hell, that shit's been happening. That's been happening. That is not news. That has been going on for so long. And not just with dogs, I'm talking about with humans, all the way around. And of course, when they kill, oh yeah, I thought you said in Australia. That's the one I was just reading about right there. That's here. The judge ruled that was okay. Didn't mean it changed the law. They didn't change the law, Kyle. They just said that was okay. They didn't think it was wrong, which is ridiculous. Oh, wow, it's just crazy. Ay, ay, ay. I don't even know what I would do if anybody hurt my jewel. I don't know. I'd lose my shit. I'd lose my shit. I would probably attack the person with my bare hands. I don't even know. She is such an amazing dog. I mean, you be a good girl, Jewel. You be a good girl. Oh, never mind. You can't help it. You already are. So who out there's got a dog besides Kyle and Joe? I know Steve Punk is a cat person. He likes cats. The one of the dogs they shot was a little teeny ankle biter that was at the door going, and they just shot it. And you hear it yelp, and it's like, why did you shoot their ankle biter? Going to kill and rampage. Somebody hurt. Oh, if anybody hurt Jewel, Steve, y'all probably would see about me in the news. I just don't think I could handle what some of these videos I've seen where the cops are like, the police tell us to, oh, you are, Steve. That's cool. The police tell us, do what you can to protect your home. They even tell you a dog is a good idea and they're right. A burglar does not want a dog barking. It ain't even about the size of the dog. It's about the bark. It's going to alert somebody that there's something suspicious going on, whether it's someone in the home. I'll look at it in a sec. Okay, Cal? I just sent you a link to a very bad Australian cops not thinking. So police suggest to us that we do what we can to protect our home. Keep your shrubs trimmed down so that no one can hide around the shrubbery to get in your windows and lurk. They tell you to keep things well lit, even if it's just a motion light. Security cameras are great, but they don't really recommend it if you can't afford it. That's not a cheap thing. I'm talking about cheap stuff. They say having a dog, even if it's a small dog, it can bark and it'll alert somebody, and the the burglar's going to move on to the next home, or several homes down, or he'll just go home because he's afraid that he's been caught. Someone's going to be out there to see what's up. So they tell you to get a dog and to have that dog protecting your home, to protect your yard and keep your dog contained, be a responsible pet owner. And then you've got these stories where the police, like there's one, oh God, it's so heartbreaking. Oh, fuck. The police go in this guy's backyard because they're looking for a missing child, okay? So they just go right into his fully fenced, privacy fenced backyard. And the dog comes running up to them. They shot the dog dead. But when the guy got the call that his dog had been shot, he started recording himself on the ride, and he was just so devastated. It was so hard to watch that man cry. And then he gets home and the cops are there, and he's just freaking out on them. He is so mad at them. And then when he goes into the backyard and he says, that shows you how much space is between the entrance to the fence and my dog, and he shows his dog laying in the yard, and it was a long distance. It was way away. It's like the cop opened the fence up and just shot the dog. The dog was across the fucking yard. So either that or he got a ways into the yard. I'm sorry, but the dog did his job. The dog was doing its fucking job. What cops tell you to do? The cops say, get a dog that's going to protect your property. That's what people do. And then the cops just come and shoot it. You know, fuck it, just shoot it. And the guy told the cops, I don't have any children. That was my son. That was my best friend. And I was like, I hate those cops. I fucking hate those cops for what they did to that guy. That's terrible. And then they just left the dog. Yeah. By the way, we just wanted to drop you a call and let you know we killed your dog and we left it in the yard for you to clean it up. You know, the hell, man. Oh yeah, we're becoming a police state. Shit, you about 15 years too damn late. That's just been happening. Just getting worse and worse and worse. And as the police break the law and they get sued because they violate the law, the government just changes the laws so that it's no longer a crime when they do it. Isn't that nice? That's nice. It's like, oh, that's a crime? Oh, let's change that. Just for cops, though. Just for police officers. I really get sick of it. I really do. I just want to move to the mountains and be a hermit. If I ever won the lottery, I'd buy like 100 acres of land somewhere and have everything I need or could want there, you know? And wall every bit of it in. Just put a wall up. I'd go all Trump. I'd build a fucking wall all the way around my land. I'd be zombie apocalypse prepared. I'd have little, what do you call them? Those towers, those gunner towers or whatever. I'd have those. What are they, turrets? I don't know. What do you call them? I'd have those every few 100 feet, whatever. And just pick off zombies. Pick them off. Pick them off. What was I thinking? I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking. What is it? Yeah, a turret. That's what I'm talking about. I had it right the first time. I wasn't sure. But yeah. A small tower on top of a larger tower or at the corner of a building. Yeah. I'd do it. I'd fucking do it. All of this police crap is why I don't live by laws. Yeah. The Aussie cops are crap. Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of crap cops everywhere, but there's good ones too. It's just that we don't really ever hear about the good ones. So when I see a good cop story, I share it loud and clear because I love hearing the good cop stories. I remember the good cops because my family was all police officers. I had a lot of cops in my family. I had cops. I had sheriff's deputies. My uncle ran for sheriff. He didn't win, but he had a really good chance. It was just him and one other person running against each other. And a few years before him, my cousin's wife ran. So, I mean, that was in, what year was it? That was like in 89, 90s, right around the time I met Doug. So, you know, I know the good cops and I know the bad ones because a couple of my relatives were bad cops as well, or in law enforcement, period. Let's see what I mean in that video. Okay, I'll check it out. If it's a video of a dog being shot, I can't look at it right now. I can't. A meathead detective. Now, see, my relatives that were detectives, homicide. One of them was a chief of homicide, and the other one became a chief of homicide when he got older. It was his son. So it was my cousin and my uncle, and they were good people. They still are. My uncle's retired now, and my cousin is now. I haven't talked to him in ages. Let me see he's in a small town in Virginia now, I believe. He was on New Detectives one time. Y'all remember that show? Because the story was about one of the crimes that he was in charge of. And hold on. Trying to find them on here. Yeah, in Virginia, Isle of Wight. Yeah. But anyway, so he was homicide, chief of homicide or sergeant or whatever for a long time after that. The same position his dad held in Portsmouth, and then he held it in Virginia Beach. And like, it was always convenient if my daddy needed a something done legally in the area, he'd call my uncle and be like, Rick, such and such, what can you do? He'd say, I got it. I'll call you back when I've got it taken care of, Ted. So yeah, that's the way things went down in my house. You know, if there was any legal shit, they just call them and it was done. But that link right there, is that of a dog being shot? Because I can't look at that. I absolutely cannot. I just got done telling you motherfuckers that I'm menopausal, okay? Just about anything that is heart-wrenching will trigger, you know. I don't mean trigger like that new trendy hip shit people say. She's triggered. It's, oh, some people use it every sentence. I'm triggered. She's triggered. We're triggered. The fuck, man? That just tells me there's some weak motherfuckers out here. But I mean, it would alert a crying spell in me. It would like wake it up. And I'd be sitting here laughing while tears were running down my face. Oh, it's ridiculous. You guys are so lucky. Menopause makes you feel like you're psycho. You just, you know, you cry and then you just can't stop. And you're like, well, I guess I'm crazy for the day. It's lovely. But I'm going to do that keto thing. I'm going to do it. I definitely am. I'm going to at least try it. But, you know, if I eat multiple meals a day, like 5 or 6 small meals every day, and, you know, cold meals are better. Did you know that? Because cold water and cold foods, your body has to warm them up, which kicks in your metabolism. Oh my God, that is such a good story. And it will make anybody cry. If anyone can watch that and not get teary-eyed, you might want to check your pulse. You might be dead. Seriously. Is that the one where the dog would walk the guy to the train station every day? Richard Gere plays the part. That's the one, isn't it? And they made a statue to him in that spot. Oh, is it where the dog sits by? Oh, it's the one about that one at the train station, and he never comes back on the train because he dies where he's at before he comes home. That's so sad. So sad. Yep, in Japan. Yep. Of course, they made it about America when they made the film. But yeah, it was originally in Japan. And then he spent every day at that train station waiting for his owner to come back. They should have taken him to the funeral is what they should have done. That dog would have known then. That's a loyalty that you won't find in many humans, you know? Dogs are very much the best companion. Ain't that right, Jewel? My beautiful diva beauty queen. You a good companion? You never leave my side, do you? Such a good girl. She's getting fat. She's just getting so fat. I don't know what I've done. I feed her once a day. I know, Steve. It's a pretty sad story. Red Dog. I don't know what Red Dog is. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Oh, but Jewel gets 1 cup of hard food for small dog breeds because it's smaller chunks and she won't eat the bigger chunks. So she's got to have the smaller ones. So 1 cup of small dog food, the hard food, and 1 packet of like that Gaines burger, the generic, the old Roy brand. She likes them a lot. And you rip the bag open, you dump the moist pieces in. Well, then I just toss it like a salad in the bowl with my fingers, which I heard that it's good to prepare your dog's food with your hands so that they get your scent. It's a way to let them know, that they don't bite. Pretty much the old thing of they don't bite the hand that feeds them. They have to know who's feeding them. So it's good to prepare their food like that. When I had all the cats, when I did my rescue, I would put their soft food in a big, huge bowl. I'll check it out. I've never heard of it though. I would put all their soft food, the canned food, in a bowl and mix their hard food in, but I would mash it like a meat, and with my hands. So the cats, would get my scent, and I did it with my dog's food out back. When I would feed all my rescues, indoors and outdoors, I'd give the outdoor dog soft food, but I would not give the indoor dog soft food. No. Mm-mm. Puppy girl had to have that moist packet food, though. She had to have that. Who's a good girl? Yeah, but Jules is getting fat. Jules getting real fat. Are you getting fat, Mommy? I'm going to put her on the keto diet for doggies. I don't know. I'll just be glad when we get a yard where she can run. You want to run? Come here. Oh, let Mommy hold you. I can't even lift you, fatty. I can't even lift you. Oh, my God. Look at my fatty. Hi, honey. Did I wake you up? I woke you up. I love you so much. You're such a good girl. Look at the wrinkles. She's getting fat. You're a good girl, Jewel. You a good girl? You go, I can tell. Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? There it goes. Who's the good girl? There it goes. You diva. No, we haven't been to the dog park in 2 weeks. Last week, well, not even quite 2 weeks. Last week, we went to Fort. No, that was weekend before. Weekend before last, we went to Fort. What the fuck was it? Doug took me. Fort Pierce? No. It's by Fernandina. But anyway, we went to this state park. And then that was Sunday before past. Now, this last Sunday, that's when we went RV shopping, looking at RVs, looking at different styles and what the prices were on the secondhand ones and the older ones, But and we couldn't take her. It was too hot that day. We couldn't leave her in the car. It's just too hot. She'd have been bored anyway. Even if it wasn't hot, she'd have been bored out of her mind. She wouldn't have cared. Because when we take her, when we go somewhere, she's thrilled. She just wants to sit in that car and breathe in that fresh air through the window. And when we stop at a stoplight for too long, she starts fucking crying. I'm like, oh my God, we're going to start rolling again. Calm your nuts. She just has a fit. She's like, roll. And she's wagging her tail. Who's the beautiful diva? What are you doing, beauty queen? And she'll lay right there all day, all night. She's there from the moment we wake up. I feed everybody as soon as I get up. The cats first, then her, and then the rat. And then I come over here and sit down. I have my bottled water, ice cold. Check my emails. When she's done eating, she'll sit beside me on the couch, and that's where she fucking stays. She'll once in a while, she'll go in the room, and she'll lay on my bed, or she'll lay on her bed. And if I give her a treat, of course, she'll take it in the room, wagging her tail and happy, frolic into the room. You're a good girl. I wish all of you could experience just how fucking amazing this free to good home Craigslist dog is. Unbelievable. Yes, drive bitches. Exactly. Oh, she's wagging her tail like she understood. Steve Punk says, drive bitches. You want to drive, Jewel? Do you want to drive? She wagging her tail. Can you hear it? Whip it, girl. Whip it. Work it. There you go. Shake what your mama gave you. It's shaking. You pretty girl. You know you are. You know mama loves you. I'd kill a bitch. They hurt my dog. I'd push my thumbs right into their eyeballs. I would. I'd skull fuck them with my thumbs. I would do it. Take my ass to jail. I don't care. But I cannot imagine that I could look at someone harm my dog and be sane. I couldn't do it. There's no way I could look at them and go, oh, it's just a dog. No, it's just the end of their life. If anybody hurts my dog, you wouldn't believe how much video I take of her that I don't post. Doug told me I need to get an entirely new external hard drive just for her videos. Her and the cats, but mainly her. Oh my God, y'all look. Oh, this is adorable. There's a box of Cat. And that's her name. Her name is Cat. Kitty, 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 kitty. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. That's funny. I love these animals. They keep me going. They keep me going. That's a shipping package thing. Doug pulled out. He was getting ready to package something, and he ended up not having to have that size. So he, yeah, my back would hurt too, Joe. So he left the box sitting right here on the table, and the kitty cats have been laying in it all evening. Good kitties. These cats are getting fat too. These cats are freaking fat. Hey, fatty catty. Oh. Rory has a jingle. You hear that? I have a collar on her with a jingle because she's always up to something, and I like to know where the fuck she's at because that bitch is always into shit. She's not bad or anything. She's just a super cat. She's like super mega ultra cat, you know. It's a good kitty. That was dedicated to Steve Punk. It was a little bit weak, but it's the best I have right now. Oh, all right, well, I'm going to get off here and probably maybe take a melatonin. I don't want to take a melatonin, but I might have to because I may have some things I need to do tomorrow. Somebody spat on my dog. Oh, Spike, rip. Oh, I smashed the prick's face in. Good. Did y'all see the video thing where over in, I think it was Thailand? Yes, Thailand. Somebody's dog chewed on a neighbor's shoe, and the neighbor wanted revenge. He wanted to retaliate, and the person that owned the dog said, well, you know, they'll pay for the shoe, the damage. And they were like, no, they wanted to retaliate. So they hacked one swipe. They hacked the dog's 2 front legs off. Who the fuck? What the fuck, man? I mean, I don't even want to be in this world anymore. There's so many mean people. I don't get it. Oh, you like that, did you, Steve? You dedicated a burp to me. It was a lovely one, too. It was a really good one. My lady fells are usually a lot better than that one. That's what I call my burps, by the way. A lady fell, because ladies don't burp, but I ain't no fucking lady. And I'm okay with that. And most people that know me are okay with it. You're such a good doggy. I love you. I'm going to stretch all your face skin. Yes. I fuck with her so bad. But yeah, there's mean people in the world. I'm one of them sometimes, but Only if they have it coming. Nobody's had it coming in a while. But if they have it coming, they're going to fucking get it. Because I don't just like do that whole fight fair thing. You know, like grape pop burps always work for me. Oh, yeah. The fruity sodas. Yeah. Like if I'm in a fight with somebody because they won't, you know, they're determined to fight me. It's been many, many, many years. I haven't had to worry about that, you know. But if somebody ever wanted to fight me and they were obviously bigger than me, they had the upper hand. Like if it was a dude, usually it's a dude. Usually it's a guy. I'll typically just pick something up and hit them with it. It ain't about fucking playing fair. It's about winning, especially if you're not the one starting the fight, you know. I'm coming in swinging and I'm not fucking being carried away. I'm walking away. I'm walking away. And I've walked away every time. Sorry. It's called survival of the fittest and survival of the bitchiest. I'm walking away. I'm sure everybody can understand that. But yeah, there was that one guy that I didn't have anything on hand and he was coming at me because I popped his friend in the mouth. So I just punched him. And then he come back at me, so I punched him again. And then he came back at me and he got me by my throat and he was choking me. It was not good. That was a long time ago. That was possibly in 03. That was a long time ago. Oh, I'm glad that you're happy and motivated, Steve. That's good. I hope you liked those links I left for you of the little kid laughing. And that was adorable. That was just like my grandson, the littlest grandkid I've got. He's the same way. He laughs just like that. And he laughs at the same silly shit. And the kitty cats. Me and Doug watched that cat, 10 hours of cat shit, you know, not literal cat shit, but 10 hours of cats and funny things that they do. And we didn't watch the whole 10 hours, obviously. But while we were having our dinner, I was just, you know, clicked it just to see what it was like. And we sat here and laughed our asses off. So, you know, we watched it. We ended up just not clicking stop until we were done with our meal. It was pretty funny. But yeah. See, I'm so tired. And as soon as I go to lay down, I'm going to be wide awake. I take my tablet to bed with me and play Yahtzee. But recently, I can't get good internet from in the bedroom. I don't know why. I've never had the trouble before, but I really can't get good internet in that front bedroom with my tablet or my phone. It's strange. Oh, I put it in the comments of your video, Steve. I commented back to you the other day, like 2 days ago. I can look. I mean, you should see it. It should show up on your notification. You bitch cat. She just clawed the crap out of me. Would you stop? It is not playtime. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Holy crap. 4, 3, 2, 1. What's 1 o'clock for you, Joe? Oh, I remember 1 o'clock. That was a couple hours ago for me. I can go look real quick, Steve. It was when you said you weren't having a good day. Do you remember that? Let me see, because I told you I hoped you had a good day. Wait a minute. I will look. Here it is. It's the one where you said meet some of my YouTube friends, I'm pretty sure. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. Meet some of my YouTube friends. And yeah. It's on that video. So hopefully you'll see it. Well, I appreciate you being on here and talking to me, Joe. Look at that kid laughing too. That will change anybody's mood. Seriously. It's great. I'm always awake, Rory. You just don't ever talk to me anymore. So go fuck yourself. By the way, your namesake cat has been behind me scratching the shit out of me. But I'm done now, Rory. I'm getting ready to get off here. I'm going to go binge watch something. Try to get tired. Oh, so tired. But again, I know I'm going to hit the bed and just lay there staring at the darkness and listening to Jules snore. Because Jules snores terrible. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Well, I'm going to try to do a hangout Friday night, so long as there's not something doesn't come up, like something with RVs or something else, because we may have to travel out of the area to go get it. But, and Rory, if you hear about any good deals on older RVs, let me know. Cash, money. Bye, Kyle. Read the book of Leviticus. You'll be asleep in minutes. I know, right, Joe? I know what you mean. I had to read the Bible front to back when I was in school. I went to Christian school, so I know what you mean. Yeah, so if you hear of anything, Rory, cash, like either a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, let me know, please. Because we got to find something. I want something that needs work done. That's like outdated. I want something solid though, something with good floors and shit. Yeah. I don't need no leaks, but if it's got one leak in the bathroom or some shit, and we just got to replace a section of floor and the walls, it's no big deal because we're planning on taking the walls out anyway to re-insulate them thoroughly. But yeah, let me know what you find. Yeah. Find me something, none of that nice stuff y'all get. Them are too, I don't got that kind of cash. You know what I'm saying? Something older, with at least one slide out. More is better, but at least one. I can't do a no slide out. Fuck no. But Doug did find a regular travel trailer. I know, right? I've been looking, Rory, and I can't find anything. As soon as I find them and I contact about them, they're already gone. It's all the time. But anyway, Doug and me were talking, and if we find one that's cheap, that's just a straight up and down, no slide outs. I found the slide out kits online. They're pretty cheap. And I found a place where I can get wrecked ones or broke down or with leaks. And they've got slide outs, and you can put the slide out kits on any of them. Doug can do all that. So, I don't know where she found the honey, but that thing was way too old for me. That's too damn old. And I don't want a class A. I want a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. So anyway, all right, Rory, you've got my number. So just, I know, right? Good night, Steve. We don't want to flip it. We want to live in it. We're going to live in it. Hi, Tara. Love you too. Haven't seen you in a minute. Well, he wants to start flipping them. He's been seeing some online the last couple days, and he's like, damn, you know what I can do to this fucker? Do you know how much money I can make off of this one? Yeah. So he wants to. But I said, dude, let's just get out of here first. And then we'll have lots of money to save. Lots and lots of money. So that's that's some of our options, but we're definitely getting out of here. Hopefully soon. Hopefully before the 1st. But if not, the 1st is past. It's the 2nd. Hopefully by the 10th is what I meant, when rent's due. So hopefully by the 10th. If not, we'll pay the extra until the end of the month, whatever. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm gone. I got to stop. I got to shut up and get tired. It's not going to happen, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to try to do a banger chat Friday night, like I say, and so long as nothing comes up. But anyway, thanks for talking to me, everybody, and listening to me yip, yap, and ramble. Good night.